call the Thursday, November 20th, 2025 zoning board of review to order. Heidi, can you do the roll, please?
Yes, John Ball.
Here.
Your name is not Susan, I'm sorry. Christine Brochu.
Here.
Keith Kyle.
Here.
David Trenstow.
Here.
Karen Coutinho. Here. Ellen Cornett.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, you have 6 members present. You have a quorum.
All right. The first matter is an administrative matter regarding the 2026 meeting dates. Has everyone had an opportunity to look at those? And is there a motion to approve those meeting dates?
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Second matter is the approval of the minutes from the September 18th, 2025 zoning board meeting and the October 23rd, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the September 18th, 2025 minutes.
All in favor? Is there a
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
And is there a motion for the October 23rd, 2025 minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have to abstain from that one because I wasn't here.
Same here.
You're good.
I wasn't here.
All right. Get that, Heidi?
Yes.
The first matter we have on tonight is Robbins, Plat NS, Lot 251, 163 Colonel on Gardner Road. Someone here for that?
It's a matter represented by Attorney Dane Argente, who had to be in front of another zoning board this evening. He requested by email a continuance. I recommend granting that.
Is there a motion to grant a continuance?
I'll move to continue.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Do you have
So
to
that's
say to January?
deferred to January 22nd.
I believe the applicant requested 2 months, so that would be to
January
Yeah,
22nd.
January.
No, that's next. The next matter is on for public hearing is Gibson Court Condominium Association Plat E Lot 34CM Garden Court Drive.
Mr. Chairman, the applicant also requested a continuance for 2 months to January.
Okay, is there a motion to continue?
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
The next matter on the agenda is Cherry Plat S Lot 32, 48 Walcott Avenue.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Christopher Zangari for the applicant. We're here, now that the public hearing is open, we're requesting a continuance until the February regularly scheduled meeting, and I would just like to confirm that notice will not be required as we did notice this evening. And we did give proof of the notice to Ryan DePay for the town.
Is there a motion?
Motion to move to February's meeting?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zangari.
Thank you, Mr. Cobb.
The next matter is Perillo, Plat R2, Lot 350, 36 Mollusk Drive.
The applicant has also requested a continuance to the February meeting.
The motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so that matter is moved to the February 19th, 2026.
That's correct.
Next matter is Nero, Plat NR, Lot 28380, Onondaga Road.
The applicant's representation had sent by email a request for continuance to the January zoning board meeting, which I believe is January 22nd.
All right, and this is their second request, so do there have to be notification on this one?
Yes.
To abutters?
Yes.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
So that matter will be deferred to January 22nd, 2026 with notice to the abutters.
That's correct.
The next matter is Martino, Plat S, Lot 108, 801 Ocean Road.
Mr. Chairman, that application also has the same representation as the previous, and they have requested to be heard in the January 22nd meeting.
Again, that
February?
February
19th,
that was
Martino?
Yeah, Martinez. No, they're January. They're going. Yes, I apologize, because Mr. McGreen is for both of them.
It will be for the January 22nd meeting.
All right, on the agenda we have, it says February, so it's gonna be January.
It'll be January,
Right,
yeah.
and that's-
It'll likely get continued again. It's just represented by the same legal advisor, and it's he'll be present for both of those.
And that will require notice to abutters as well?
That's correct.
Okay, is there a motion?
No.
No?
No?
No, the Martino has been opened.
Well, that's
So
the
what-
case we heard last week, and there was
Yes.
gonna be
Last
some
one, yeah.
discussion with,
Right, Martino, once
the-
a public hearing's been opened, the notification is done.
all right, so is there a motion to continue it to a date certainly January?
I'll make a motion to continue Martino to January 22nd, 2026.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
The next matter is La Magna, Plat N, Lot 9, 23 Stanton Avenue.
Mr. Chairman, that application has actually been determined that it can be, the applicant revised the plans and they no longer need zoning relief on the left side yard. And they have been able to, been reviewed as a staff review, so that they're no longer on your agenda.
So we don't need to do anything with that? The last matter on our calendar is 140 Rodman Street LLC / Lynch, Plat H, Lot 65, 140 Rodman Street.
I am representing 140 Rodman LLC, Charles Sonder.
Are you going to testify? Because we'll have to have you sworn in, or are you asking for a continuance?
No, I'm not asking for a continuance,
Yeah.
not yet.
All right, so would you mind being sworn in, sir?
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Please state your name and spell your last.
Charles Sonder, Sonder.
Thank you.
So, my clients are looking for a side setback dimensional relief for an ADU that's proposed on the shaded region to the left of the, or to the right of the, I guess, east of the primary dwelling, right there. There's an existing dwelling there, a one-bedroom dwelling. This shape right here, shaded in, and they're proposing to tear that down and build a new ADU, generally in the same footprint, but slightly further away from the property line. Right now there's a dog leg that kind of closes off the property line, and they're going to get rid of that and bump out a little bit in the back is the plan. My clients are 62 years old, and one of them is missing a foot. He was in a boating accident recently, and he's looking to use this as kind of a winter residence. They use the main house as their summer residence, but he would like to come here and use the property and not open up the primary residence, and just use this as their kind of like a hotel room, if you want to put it that way. But so they can come and visit the property in the winter months and not de-winterize the main dwelling. So that's the main reason they'd like to use it and fix it up. So we're requesting a variance on the side setback. The existing structure currently has utility access at the street. It has sewer access, electrical access, and it's right off the driveway, which is, really convenient for them. So they'd like to keep it in the same spot if possible. And there's some things that keep them from moving back. one of them being, there's some trees to either side, and also they can't move in closer because it closes off this access to the backyard on that side, which is pretty inconvenient for them. Also, the existing structure, take a lot to renovate it. It's a slab on grade in the front, and it's made of 2x4 floor and walls in the back, and it's in pretty rough shape. It's rotting and hasn't really sort of seen better days, put it that way. And they'd like to build an energy efficient project that's in the same scale and has the same appearance as this. And they want to keep the character of the property the same without building a structure somewhere else on the property. This is a convenient location for them. That's all I have for now.
So before you sit down, I didn't ask you this, and I apologize, but are you their legal counsel?
I'm representing them, yeah, as the architect.
Oh, as the architect,
Yeah.
okay. So one of the issues that we're having in Narragansett and probably every town because of the decision out from the Rhode Island Supreme Court concerning a westerly issue is that you're asking to demolish the structure, which I think is non-conforming. Is that correct, Wayne?
Yes.
So because it's a non-conforming structure, the Supreme Court has said that if you voluntarily demolish it, you can only reconstruct it if it's in conformity with all of the zoning ordinance, and you can't seek any variances or special use permits to do that. So we need you to address that, or we'll give you the opportunity with the board's pleasure here of continuing this until the ordinance is amended at some future time, which I guess it's expected to be.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the case, the westerly case. I think it's different from this project in a lot of ways. That project was non-conforming in lot size. It was non-conforming in a couple of other ways. I think it was an attached building. The one that was there was an attached building to the building on another lot, and they were also going up 3 stories, so it wasn't really very close to this. Like, we're just trying to build almost the exact same building, only more conforming. I've reviewed our text. I'm not so familiar with the exact verbiage of Westerly's text, but in Narragansett, it says, I'll just read it out of here. Where it talks about voluntary demolition. If a non-conforming building or structure is voluntarily demolished without receiving a permit for its reconstruction as provided in section 10 of this ordinance, it shall not be rebuilt except in conformity with all the provisions of this ordinance for the zone in which it is located. So that's section 10, talks about non-conforming use, which this doesn't really fall into that category because it's non-conforming. It's dimensional non-conforming, not a non-conforming use. So it is a conforming use. It's just non-conforming in its dimension. And then the next sentence: if a non-conforming building or structure is voluntarily demolished, it shall not be rebuilt except in conformity with the provisions of this ordinance. And it's under my understanding that the variance process is part of the provisions of the ordinance, is it not?
Well, it is, however, the Supreme Court decision is pretty clear that if you voluntarily demolish a structure, that you can only rebuild it if you can build it in conformity with the existing zoning without any relief.
But that was in Westerly, right? That was, it
Well, I agree it was in,
has different text.
well, that's a question that our solicitor.
Mr. Chair, if I could jump in.
Yes, yes.
The argument that was just suggested, Frank, I would have made the argument myself. That was the same argument that was used at the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said no. The conformity with the ordinance means conformity with the ordinance and no dimensional relief. Very good counsel up at the Supreme Court made the argument you just did, and the Supreme Court said no. And with what the Vice Chair just said a moment ago, that has left certain cities and many cities in town scrambling to amend their ordinance to allow just for this. Because for many years, it was presumed that you could do just what you suggested. That conformity with the ordinance meant, okay, there's provisions for variances in the ordinance. That's conforming. Supreme Court said no. So there were a number of matters on tonight. Actually, before you stood up, you started a number of continuances. It was for this reason. And I can't give you or your client's legal advice, but I think it would be very dangerous to proceed in light of what the Supreme Court said, especially with the prohibition that if you are denied here, your clients would have to wait a full year to reapply. So I can't tell you or your clients what to do, but I can tell you over the past couple months we've had every single application looking for this relief continue until the town can amend its ordinance. And I can represent to you that that's in the works right now.
Okay.
So I guess one of the options you have is that we just hold this hearing in, I guess, in abeyance.
Keep it open.
Keep
We
it
have
open.
testimony on the record,
And
yes.
then we reschedule you out for January or February. That way, if the ordinance is, because we're going to be compelled on the advice of counsel to deny the application just because of what the Supreme Court says. But if the ordinance is changed, it may give you the opportunity to seek the relief your client's asking. So I don't know if you want to contact your client and maybe find out if that's what they would prefer, how they would prefer to go, and we can wait a few minutes here. But
No, I think if that's the way it's going to be, I will say that I think it's a little funny that we're going based on a different town zoning text to use for this town, when I think it's pretty clearly stated that it would be allowed under this ordinance. But if that's what everyone else is doing and that's what's recommended, then I guess I'll ask for a continuance.
is there a motion to grant this continuance?
I'll make a motion to grant the continuance.
Is there a second?
Do you have a date certain that you want to give us?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
given the nature of how many applications we've had continued, January already has 5 applications and an appeal. Based off of timing, I would recommend if the applicant is okay with it to move to February. Because that's a lot. That's a lot of
I
applications.
mean, I'd rather see that happen rather than you get denied and now your client has to wait a year.
Give you more time for the ordinance to be changed.
Yeah, right.
So the plan is to change the ordinance, or is that,
Well, we're not,
It's in the
We're
works
not.
now.
okay?
so we'll continue to the February
19th.
19th, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any reports from staff, solicitor, or the board? None?
Not at this time.
Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Aye.
Okay,
Christine and Ellen.
Yes.
Aye.
Yeah, Christine and Ellen.
Aye.